Question is about open the lock, LeetCode 752. This question is about they gave you a lock and there's 4 wheels. So the initial like 0000, then in each of the numbers you can have 0 to 9, and the 9 next can be 0. 0 next can be 9. We need to find the target. Also, there's a list called dead ends, which means you cannot have the lock combination list in the dead ends list. For example, if the dead ends is these 5 numbers and the target is this one, and when we turn the lock, we cannot have this one when we during the decode for the lock. First, I used the binary first search to do this. The dead is the hash set, and the visited is to record the if the number is visited or not, and then there's a queue to store the size and the current number. So now we add the dead ends each string into the dead hash set. So in the hash set we can make sure every of the dead ends list is unique, no duplication. Then we offer 40 to the queue, and we initialize the visited for the 40. The 40 will be, it means visited. Also, we initialize the step equals 0. So this will be the return step in the end. We need to find the minimum step to unlock the lock. Then we do the while loop here. Once the queue is not empty, we store the size. We cannot use queue.size here because the size will be changed during the for loop. Then we, in the for loop, we pull the current string, and then we need to check if the current string contains in dead ends or not. If it is contains into the dead ends, we ignore. We just continue do the for loop. And if the current equals the target, we return the step, which means we find the result step. That will be the minimum step. And then we have another for loop here. Since there are 4 locations, in each locations the first number can go up or down. Second number can also can go up and down. Third and fourth are the same, can go up and down. So we can write push 1 and minus 1 as another method here below. So in each of the locations we push 1 or minus 1 by using the current string and the position I here. Once we calculate plus 1 and minus 1, we need to check if the visited contains push 1 or the visited contains minus 1. If it's not contains in the visited, we need to add to the queue, and the visit need to also add If the -1 is not contains the visit, same here. We need to put the -1 into the queue, and the visit need to mark it is visited. Then step plus, we need for each of the time if queue is not empty, we add 1, and if nothing can add and we cannot find the solution, we return -1. Increase 1 will be string and I. String is the s, so if s is the current string, and int I is the current position, we transfer s to char, and if the char say for example, if string s is 1000, we make char array here, and if the first ch char 0 equals 9, so we increase 1 cannot be 10, it need to change it to 0. So if chi equals 9, we change it to 0. And if else, so if it's not 9, everything else we can add 1, and we return a new string here. I think here's a mistake I took before. It's if string s is just one letter number, and we just transfer to here ch. Same thing as decrease 1. If it's 0, we decrease 1 cannot be -1. It have to change to 9. Then everything else is -1. Then we return a new string here. The other approach is by using the 2BFS traversal. Because we know the start location, start status is 0000, and the end solution is the target. So based on these two, we can traverse from the beginning 0000 to the end, and also we traverse from the bottom target to above. And once if it's connected together, we know the answer. This will decrease half of the trees we did before here. So first we have a hash set that same as above. Also have another hash set called visited, and we have two set q1 and q2. Q1 is from top to bottom, q2 is from bottom to top. And we add the dead ends list into the dead. Then this will also be a hash set, so it will not be duplication, it's just unique here. And same here, q1 we add the first start string, q2 is the target string, and step is 0. So while q1 is empty and q2 is not empty, so both are not empty, we do the while loop here below. And here we have another temp hash set. The temp hash set is used to transfer q1 and q2 each round. So we cannot say use q1 to go from up to bottom. We need to go from the up first, then bottom, then up again, then bottom again. Otherwise, if we go through up to bottom, and then we go to bottom to up, it will not, it's not a good idea to have the better solution. It's not optimized. Then we do the for loop here. If the Q1 in each string in Q1, we check if the data included, and then we check if the Q2 included. So once if Q1 included in the cur included in Q1 and the cur included in Q2, which means we find the target step here because they are interaction each other. And if these are not, we store visited current into the visited hash set. And the same thing here for each of the positions. We push 1 and -1. If visited, we here are different. We use temp to store push 1, and we also use temp to store -1. Here we step ++ to add each round, and we transfer Q2 to Q1, and we use temp to store Q2. So say if the first round is Q1, we put into the temp here, temp.add push 1, and the temp.add -1. So in the temp we have only 2 on the first round. Say the first time is 0, and we push 1 will be 1, -1 will be 9. The Q2 now we set to Q1. So where's the Q2 in here is Q2 we add a target. So next time the target will be the Q1. So we can do while loop for the bottom target here. The temp will be the Q2, means we store the 1 and the 9 to the new Q2 here. So once Q1 is finished, we use the Q2 again to equals Q1, and now the Q2 have 2 numbers inside. So we then do the for loop to see if the dat included Q2 included in the current or not, and then we do the for loop again for 2 numbers of them. And the increase 1 and the decrease 1 are same as above.